Salutations. I am Daniel of the North, Isaiah 41, reading the everlasting gospel, written plainly on the tablets so all those hearing it read might run, Habakkuk 2:2, King James. And so it's time to realize that the Lord's flying scroll has come forth in Zechariah 5, flying through the internet. And back when Christ first came, it was therefore a terrible time of desperate dreams. Hope was then being rekindled as a flame. And before the coming of the Anointed One, that was fated to divide our calendar asunder, the children of Israel, they combed through ancient prophecies for hundreds of years, which gave them a lot of hope in the face of very little. Even for every prophet, including Moses, predicted the forthcoming hope of Zion, saying that he would surely bring them victory over all of their oppressors. Isaiah said he would be born of a virgin. Moses foresaw he would be from the tribe of Judah. Micah prophesied that he would come forth out of Bethlehem. Hosea said he would be sheltered in Egypt. Malachi predicted that his two messengers would announce him. Red Ruddy and I are those two messengers. The two witnesses are Elijah and Moses, who are still yet to come. So make sure you watch Love, a Light, Red Ruddy, Christopher. And so it's time to realize that Zechariah said that Christ the Lord would ride into Jerusalem as a king. Even the prophet Daniel insisted David's throne would presently be awaiting his coming majesty. Uncanny accuracy of all prophecy has there been. And that impressive list of prophecies concerning Christ had continued all throughout the prediction of Amos, Noah, Enoch, Ezekiel, as well as every other Jewish prophet who have received God's inspiration of love. And nor did the faithful ones among the Jewish people believe that even Caesar himself could ever possibly mock the Almighty's words of truth with any words of deceit. For some faith somehow still existed in the promised land, since there was still some loving people. And in spite of many false words that the Romans kept spitting out towards anyone foolish enough to trust in stupid lies that only simple souls could ever dare to believe. And so the age of secrets were then in Hebrew society. So it came about that a muffled cry from Hebrew sons and daughters were constantly repeated what was long ago written, quietly enough that their oppressors couldn't hear them or even tell that something was in the air, but their voices kept chanting the truth. And in no wise did any of the wisest sons of Abraham want their enemies to understand the sweet prophetic word about their long-awaited Messiah, in fear that he would be killed. For it was written that when Emmanuel came, that then our light would break forth in the morning, and our healing would be able to arise quickly as love's righteousness goes before our faces. And then the glory of our Lord's fiery kingdom age, unconditional love for all of us would surround them. And all those trusting in him would understand the truth when he says, I am your God. You are my people. I have forgiven all your iniquity. I shall never remember it. And no more shall anyone need to be taught of me anymore, for I shall write my law of love upon your hearts. Beyond that, all who know me, all who love shall know me, for I am love living in their hearts. And for that, we need to realize that Emmanuel is, was, and always shall be our Lord of love. And so he would be coming forth to announce the kingdom age time when his love would arise and his word would reopen, as Daniel 12:9. For surely if his message of Malachi 3:1 did not come forth to prepare his way, then he would be kept in reserve in heaven and could not even return, as Acts 3:21 clearly says. And then shall the faithful abide with him in love if they want his return, because his eternal grace and his mercy are upon his elect, as he watches over his holy ones from within them, through him being their love alive. It's never been important what we do. It's important what he has done for us, lest any man boast. So it's time to hear him freely calling us. We are living in temples of created magnificence, even though they are but bodies of clay. And nor does our wonder of wonder ever fail to be the advocate of all loving believers and the defender of all people who are kind. He is the defender of their faith of love. For it was always predestined that only Christ alone would stand evermore as the holy word of command, who would continually be releasing the most powerful breath of God that would keep joyfully blowing good tidings unto all of mankind. So there was foretold a mighty move of God that would be ahead, and by the will of he who brings forth the Spirit of glory, he is now attempting to move the heaven and earth in order to conquer the wrath of his followers' enemies, but not by strength of body and not by force of arms, but by the living word of power of love, that he effortlessly subdues all evil haters and all happy punishers of his people's righteous souls. And so it's time to get with that program. If we don't, time is running out very quickly.